I just want to say that I am a real life hero, but she is the real hero out here. You know,
That's very kind.
I mean, I do all the bashing and dancing on screen, but she does it in real life. And as your question goes, Sevanti ji, is that, I was just talking to my sister and Dr. Tarang and everybody inside, is that how do I come to know that I have cancer? I mean, I didn't know about it. I mean, I had some backache and stuff like that, and I was just being treated, with a hot water bottle and some painkillers. And till I just couldn't breathe, one day. And I was taken to the hospital, and they saw there was a lot of water in my lungs, and they did some tapping stuff. And but the thing was that I had cancer was not broken to me in a proper way. It was done in a different way where my wife was not there, my family, sisters, nobody was there. I was alone. And this guy walks up and he says, "Okay, you got cancer." So it hit me. I just couldn't understand it. And then my wife was at Dubai, and she didn't know about it. Then Priya was told. Priya came, and she said that I think that you got cancer. So my first reaction was that, okay, I got cancer. What are you going to do about it? I mean, see, you know what happens? Your whole life reflects back on you. I mean, everything just came back, and my children and and I have a history in my family. My mom died of pancreatic cancer. My wife died of the brain cancer and everything. And it was like a shock. So the first thing I said was that let it be. I don't want any treatment. So they said, you have to be treated. I said, I can't take chemotherapy and all that stuff. So let it be. And if it's meant to be, it's meant to be, and I'm going to go. So Rakesh Roshan ji, he spoke to me. And he says, Sanjay, there's this doctor, Sevanti. She's amazing and all that. And you go and be treated by her. I said, sir, I'm not interested. He said, I'll tell you something. She's really pretty also. I said, really? I said, then I'm going. Anyway, but I went and we met Sevanti ji. See, I realized one thing is that I had to fight this, and I just didn't have cancer. That is it. I'm being treated for something else. And I think initially you couldn't understand, I mean, how come I'm telling you all that, right?
That's correct. That's very correct. He said, I'm going to just think I don't have cancer, and whatever it is, I'm going to beat it. That's how I'm going to take it. And I'm just sitting there staring at him, thinking, how we define denial in our books. I thought, oh, he's in denial. But actually, he wasn't in denial. He had just pledged to go through this, be brave about it, and face it head on. And that's what played out through the treatment.
I saw my family break down. I saw my wife breaking down. I saw my sisters broken. I saw everybody breaking around me. And I decided one night, I sat down and I told myself, I said, if I break down, if I fall sick, they are going to fall sick. So I mean, I got to not fall sick. And I'm going to be so tough. I mean, what is cancer? I mean, I've fought so many battles. I'll fight this thing, whatever it is. And we went for the treatment, and there was a pipe put in my chest, I think to drain the water out. And I remember I told Sevanti ji, this is going to come out in 2 weeks. I told you this?
Yes, correct.
And what happened?
It did. And when he came back for the 2-weekly follow-up, I told the surgeon who had put the tube in, we are in for a challenge because he's expecting that the tube will come out. And will it? Because it was all hemorrhagic. It was bloody pleural effusion. It was bloody fluid in the lung. But 2 weeks later, the fluid had already dried out. That's where I would like to mention the angle of precision. So, Sanjay, when we were testing you, before the treatment, we sent out some tests. We sent out blood tests, we sent out tissue-based tests, and now you are one of the biggest proponents of the testing. So we found a particular test that was positive.
PDL1.
PDL1 test was positive, and we drew diagrams and we drew if the PDL1 was this much, this is what the treatment will be. If the PDL1 was this much, this is what the treatment will be. But even with the biomarkers, Sanjay, and that's a confession, was overtreated. His PDL1 was very high, but still I didn't have the courage to give him only immunotherapy, which is the standard of care, and he was treated with combination chemotherapy and immunotherapy. And I would like to acknowledge that I did not cut any doses. He is a gentleman with a Caucasian build, and he was hammered with the right doses, 100% doses as per his body surface area. No corners cut. And the day of the therapy, and the next day, and the following day, and the day after, and the day after, he would continue to exercise every day, every single day, 2 hours on the treadmill. And I would get the WhatsApp of his exercises, and many of us who were involved in his care would get that. And you also went back to working almost right away. We want to hear from you how all that happened.
I realized one thing is that, I didn't want to lie about the cancer, people kind of don't want to make it public, and they want to just not tell people, and because, their work suffers, and there are a lot of factors which are involved in this. But I chose to speak about it, at the cost of my career or anything, so that I could help people who are in need, And I told Sevantiji is that, Sevantiji, can I please go for my shooting? So she said, no, you can't go for your shooting now, it's just started.
Peak of COVID. Peak of COVID.
Yeah, but chemo had just started.
Oh.
I said, you have to let me go. I said, it's for my my moral boost, and it's for the people of the industry who I'm working with, that I got to go for that shoot. I convinced her and I went. And she said, what is the shoot? I said, I just have to stand there and that's it, But it wasn't like that. I was put on a harness and I was hanging upside down. And
6 hours he was hanging upside down in a harness right after chemotherapy. I was told he was just going to do like a dubbing, a small shoot, something like that.